Hey guys, this is Rick at Tasty Guitar. Today I'm going to show you 3 very cool ways that you can funk up your blues rhythm a little bit. Make sure you come by TastyGuitar.com to get the free tab on this lesson by subscribing on the bottom of the home page. Also, be sure to check the description below for information about membership at Tasty Guitar and my brand new True Fire guitar course that just released yesterday, 30 timeless R&B guitar fills you must know. Tune up and let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and break down this first example. Now I'm calling this technique shuffle funk. I've also called it advanced shuffle rhythm in another lesson I did way back when. And basically the technique here is a triplet which you're alternating with strums of the chord and dead strings, and you're doing this with a down, up, down strumming direction. Now this technique is happening in the second measure of this 2-measure pattern. The first measure is just very standard, eighth notes, swinging eighth notes up on an A9 chord here. Right on beat 1. Now I'll play the second measure and come back and break it down. One more time. So the thing you need to really practice here is the down, up, down strumming direction here on triplets. So first I'll demonstrate that just on dead strings. So that's just dead strings on triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So once you have the strumming direction down on triplets, that down, up, down pattern just on dead strings, then go ahead and try to apply pressure on the chord on any part of the triplet. And within that rhythm, I was putting pressure on the chord on the middle strum of the 3. So we had something like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Now by itself that doesn't really sound like much, but say if you were just doing a standard kind of shuffle feel, here I am on an A9 chord down here. And throw it in there occasionally, it really helps to funk up the feel. A very common place you'll hear people use this feel would be on the 5 chord in the last measure of your blues. So say if I'm playing a 12-bar blues in A, very common to put it there. Another very cool technique that you can use to kind of funk up a blues rhythm a little bit is to use 6th chords moving chromatically to 9th chords. Now I'll kind of break down that example slowly here and then I'll come back and explain it. So basically what I'm doing here is just kind of hammering on to the A7 chord from a barred first finger at the 5th fret there, hammering on from your flat 3rd to your major 3rd. On beat 2, going to hit dead strings, back to the chord on the and of beat 2. So that's 1, 2, and. On beat 4, dead strings again, and then hitting the E note down there at the 7th fret on the A string that is on the and of beat 4. So here's the first measure. Again, 1. Next measure, gonna go to the chord again. So you're starting off the exact same way. And here's where the chromatic movement is coming in on beats 3 and 4. Gonna go to this A6 chord right there at the 7th and 6th fret. That's an A6 chord. You can see the root right there or right down there on the low E string. Now that moves chromatically in the exact same shape down 2 frets, and that is an A9 chord. So the one in the middle is just in passing. So what we have is this. 6, A9. Then I go back to this shape right here, barred 3rd finger at the 7th fret, and that is just basically a D chord. So that movement is right there. 3 and a 4 and. 3 and a 4 and. So the entire rhythm is this. Now this spot right here is certainly not the only place you're going to find a 6 to 9 chord combination. These things exist all over the neck. Check out the live workshop that I did not too long ago on this subject, and you're going to learn all these shapes. Okay, for example, you could do this one. You could do this. Same notes on the top 3 strings. You could do this or this. So you can combine these things with different chord voicings. So if I were playing a little bit further up the neck here, I'm playing an A13 chord, I might choose to use, say, this A6 to A9 chord combo. So just try different combinations, and again, seek out that live workshop on the 6-9 chord combo. Another technique which is really nice to kind of funk up a blues rhythm would be just these little side-stepping chord fill movements. So what that is basically just pick a chord and then go down a half step and back in usually a sliding motion. It doesn't have to be a slide, but slides work really well with this. So I'll demonstrate that example real slow here, and then I'll come back and break it down. Alright, so this started by sliding into the A6 chord at the 14th fret, down to the top of the A9 chord, and then just kind of playing down here on an A6 chord alternating with dead strings. And you can kind of do that with all down strokes if you like. Either way, and then at the very end I did the little side stepping move, actually starting a half step below this A7 chord there, and slid back and forth twice. And then the whole rhythm repeats. So then what you should try to do is use this little side stepping technique with different chord voicings around the neck, and also try to combine them with the 6th to 9th chromatic movement. There's a 7th chord, 6-9, another one, seventh chord here, seventh chord to the 13th, that's a 9 chord,